Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Brittany. I am a wife and a mother and a lover of all things makeup and skincare. So today I'm going to be doing my low buy year update. So if you have not seen my previous video, I will link it in the eye and also down below. But basically my goal was every single month to only purchase 1 to 2 items a month. And definitely did not go as planned. I definitely am not proud of how many products that I have brought in the first 3 months of my low buy year, but I just want to say before I get started that even though I did not do a great job the first 2 months, I am still planning on doing a low buy year because I do feel like it is very beneficial to me. I feel like being thoughtful with my purchases is just really important to me. So even though I would say that I kind of failed my low buy for January and February, I feel like it was a good thing for me to do because I kind of learned from my mistakes, and I'm hoping that I'll continue to learn from my mistakes the rest of this year because I really want to curate my collection. That is my main goal for 2021, is to get my collection down to just products that I absolutely love. And so me constantly purchasing new products is not going to get me to that goal at the end of 2021. So I'm really going to try to kind of use this as a learning experience. But yeah, if you guys would like to see all that I purchased my first 3 months of my low buy year, then go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so I'm first going to start with everything that I purchased in January. So I said at the beginning of my low buy introduction that I was planning on purchasing 2 products in January plus the ColourPop and Animal Crossing release because I am a huge Animal Crossing fan. It is my favorite game ever. So I knew I was going to want to purchase everything. So I basically told myself that I could purchase every single thing in that collection if that's what I wanted, plus my 2 products for the month. And I was pretty proud of myself because I didn't actually purchase every single thing from the collection. I really looked at the whole collection and thought, what will I actually use? So let's talk about the 4 products that I got from that collection first. So first I picked up 2 of the little eyeshadow palettes. This first one here is La Belle of the Ball. So I really liked the colorful palettes. The other 2 were more neutral, so I definitely wanted to pick this one up. I do love a good purple shadow. And then I also picked up the palette Nook Ink. This was honestly, I would have been happy if this was the only thing I picked up from the whole entire collection. I just absolutely love this color story so much. And then they were doing Just a Tint mini duos, so I picked up one of the duos. I picked up the one that was the coconut and pear version, and I honestly could have passed on these, but they're nice. I like the Just a Tint formula just fine. I definitely did not need to add 2 more to my collection, but this is what those shades look like. And yeah, I mean, I'm not mad that I bought them, but I definitely could have not gotten them. And honestly, I won't lie to you guys, I was kind of disappointed in this collection in general because these palettes are not as good of quality as the typical ColourPop formula. So each of them come with a pressed glitter, which I am not a pressed glitter fan. And then they come with one of those mattes that has the shimmers in it. And then it comes with a regular matte and then just a regular shimmer shade. The mattes in both of the palettes that I picked up were just very dry and they weren't as pigmented as I was expecting them to be. And then obviously having those glitters, I'm not reaching for glitters, so that was just kind of silly. So honestly, the shimmer shades are probably the only good shade in each palette, which it really stinks because these were also super overpriced. So yeah, definitely wish that I would have known this before I picked them up, but that's okay. I mean, I will keep them in my collection just because I love Animal Crossing. But honestly, I think that I could have probably just been happy picking up the Nook Ink palette because this is the palette that I've gotten the most use out of. And I wish that they would have sold these in singles because I would have just picked up the shade Incomparable. I wouldn't have needed both of these. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed in myself for adding 4 new items very, very quickly to my collection. And then for my January purchase, I decided to place a Kaleidos order because another goal for the year is to basically purchase a whole bunch of products from indie brands. So I've been really, really focusing on that. You'll see that through the rest of this video that I did purchase a lot from indie brands. But I picked up the Kaleidos and Angelica Nyqvist Club Nebula palette, and then I also picked up the Kaleidos Space Age highlighter in the shade Ray Rider. So let me just show you those really quickly. Here is the Club Nebula palette. This was definitely, like, as soon as I saw this, I knew this was going to be my January purchase, like, without a shadow of a doubt. It's just the most beautiful color story. I'm just so happy with it. I have used it so much, so I'm glad that I'm getting good use out of it, especially because I purchased 3 eyeshadow palettes in January. That's crazy. And then let me show you the highlighter. This is in Ray Rider. It's a beautiful highlighter. I'm not going to do swatches of everything because I did actually do swatches of them in my speed reviews video. I have swatches of every single product that I'm talking about here except for my March purchases, which I will have another speed reviews up in a few weeks where I will do swatches of those products. But yeah, so this isn't where I stopped with my January purchases, which is where I'm feeling like very frustrated with myself. I really, really struggled starting this low buy year, I guess, because I didn't just purchase these. I also went to Marshall's, and when I was at Marshall's, I saw that they had a full size of the Milk Makeup bronzing stick. This is in the shade Baked. This is one of my favorite bronzers, like, in my entire collection. I absolutely love it. I have a mini of it, and when I saw that this was there, I was like, I have to pick it up. It was such a good deal. It was $10 and the mini retails for $15, and this is like 4 times the size. So I had to pick it up. I definitely didn't need it because I have the mini, but I just felt like it was such a good deal, and I was really struggling with my low buy. I feel like I just kept adding things to my cart at Ulta and Sephora and all these things, and I had to like force myself not to purchase things. So yeah, I purchased way too much in January. So all together, I added 7 new items to my collection in January, which is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. But unfortunately, it doesn't stop there because then February happened, and I don't think I did much better in February than I did in January. Okay, so let's talk about all the products that I purchased in February. So the first day of the month, I actually placed a Sydney Grace order for their mystery bag as well as 2 other singles. And I had never purchased a Sydney Grace mystery bag, so I didn't really know all that was going to be coming in it. And yeah, it was a lot more products than I was expecting. This, I believe, retailed for like $25. And then with the 2 single shadows I got, I think my total for the entire thing was $40. So I was expecting that I was probably going to consider it 2 to 3 products, because I feel like single shadows, I'm not going to count each individual single shadow as a single product, because then I would never want to purchase single shadows this year. And I really, really want to try to get more singles in my collection. So I'm considering like 6 single shadows to be 1 product, because I could just purchase a 6-pan eyeshadow and that would be considered 1 product, you know what I mean? So I was thinking it'd probably count as like 2 or 3 products, but I feel like it counts for a lot more than that. You guys will see what I mean. So first let me show you what products I got in the mystery bag, and then I will show you the additional 2 products that I picked up. So the mystery bag came with 5 single shadows, 1 matte and 4 shimmers, and then it also came with a blush. Let me just tell you the shades of everything real quick. So the matte shade was the shade Scuba Diver. It's a very beautiful teal shade. Then there's this shimmer shade called Aqua Fever. Then I got Truth and Beauty. I got XOXO and a Masquerade Ball. And then the blush is the shade Secret, which is a very, very pretty blush. But that's not all that came in the mystery bag. It also came with a loose highlighter in the shade Whipped Berry, and then a loose glitter in the shade Berry Picking. I do think I'm going to end up decluttering the glitter because I just don't use loose glitters basically ever. But yeah, so that was everything that came in the mystery bag, which was just so many products, way more products than I was expecting, especially for $25. So I would honestly consider all of this stuff like 4 products. But then I also picked up 2 single shadows. I had really wanted to try multi-chromes this year, so I picked up 2 multi-chromes from Sydney Grace. This first one is the shade Twisted Shifter, which is in a single pan. And then I also actually picked up one of their liquids. This is in the shade Alexandrite. So yeah, I picked up 2 additional shadows, which again, I would not consider these like 2 separate products. But even with that, I feel like I basically purchased probably 5 products all together with the mystery bag and with the 2 single shadows that I picked up. I would consider that like about 5 products. And I didn't stop there. So I had actually fully intended on my Sydney Grace order being the only thing that I purchased in the month of February. But then towards the end of the month, I found out that Peachy Queen was coming out with a Don't Mess with Texas palette. And I am a huge Texas girl. I was born and raised in Houston, Texas. I love my state. I don't always love all of the decisions that are made in my state, but I do really love my state. And it came out right when the winter storm was happening, which if you guys don't know anything about the winter storm, me personally, we were out of electricity for 36 hours. I had to go stay with my mom. The roads were iced over, which I know the roads are iced over in lots of other places, but us Texans do not have snow tires, so that was an issue. And we also, a lot of our pipes in Texas and our houses are outside, so a lot of people's pipes were frozen over. My brother and sister-in-law, one of their pipes burst in their house, and they have like $20,000 worth of damage to their house because of it. It was really rough. And right at that same time, Peachy Queen comes out with their Don't Mess with Texas palette, and I just could not resist picking it up. It is just the perfect palette if you are a Texas person. So I will show you guys that palette right there. I will have swatches on the speed reviews video that is going up in about a week. And then I also have swatches on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I will put that down here for you guys. But yeah, I couldn't resist picking up this palette. So I had already, gone well past my goal for the month as far as purchases go, and still ended up buying this. I don't regret purchasing this palette at all though. I've been wanting to try Peachy Queen Cosmetics for quite a while. It's an indie brand that I had never tried before, so even though it was definitely against my low buy rules, I was happy to pick it up. So overall in February, I purchased 6 new items, which was way more than I needed to. Again, I'm trying to curate my collection. I don't know what I was thinking in January and February. I really struggled. March was a little bit better, so let's talk about those products. Okay, so the first product that I purchased in March was this Beauty Bakery liquid lipstick in the shade Nude Chilla. This was actually one of their bite-size ones, so it's basically a mini of their liquid lipstick formula, and I purchased this at Target. I believe it was $11. I have been wanting to try this liquid lipstick formula for a very, very long time. I won't lie though, it is definitely a lot more drying than I was expecting it to be, but it is super long lasting. And yeah, when I was at Target, I saw it in my local Target and I was like, you know what, I just have been wanting to try this liquid lipstick for such a long time, so I might as well pick it up. At that point, it was like the middle of March and I still hadn't purchased anything, so I was like, why not give it a go? So I don't regret purchasing this at all because I've been wanting to try it, and I specifically wanted this shade. So when I saw that it was in the bite-size formula, I was like, this isn't so bad. I could have purchased a full-size liquid lipstick, but I know that I'll actually get through this eventually, so not bad. And then the only other product that I purchased was this Glam Light Ice Cream Dream palette. I had my eye on this palette for quite a while, and then I saw that Glam Light was doing a 30% off on their website for like every single thing, so I definitely wanted to pick this up. I have been wanting a really, really nice pastel palette in my collection. That has been a goal for me, is to try to get a really, really nice pastel palette. And obviously this one fits the bill. It is perfect because it has all of these gorgeous pastel shades, but it also has neutrals, it has bold shades. It's just perfection. So I was so excited. I've been wanting to try Glam Light for a really long time. Their aesthetic is just chef's kiss. I just love everything that they have created, and I've been wanting to try them for so long. So yeah, I definitely don't regret this at all. This palette is what I have on my eyes today, and I've been wearing this eyeshadow for like 10 hours, so I know it's not as beautiful as it once was, but oh my gosh, every look that I've created with this palette has been so beautiful. I literally don't want to reach for any of my other palettes, and that kind of makes me realize that I made a good choice by picking this up, because I mean, it has already gotten so much use, and I received it like 5 days ago, and I've literally used it every single day, so I love it. So I ended up only purchasing 2 things in March. I know there's still technically 5 days left of March, but I'm not planning on picking anything up in the next 5 days, and if I do pick up anything, you'll hear about it in my next low buy update. So I'm actually thinking about doing these updates a little bit more regularly. I was planning on doing them every 3 months, but I feel like 3 months is just a little bit too long. And I also would really like to add the products that I receive in PR, because I do receive a decent amount of products in PR, and I feel like that would really help you guys to kind of see what I'm bringing into my collection, because that's kind of the main goal, is to reduce how much I'm bringing in. So I'm thinking about doing this every month or every other month, and also including PR products, which I didn't do it this time because I honestly can't even remember all of the PR that I've gotten over the last 3 months. So I feel like if I do it more regularly, I'll be able to actually remember every single thing that I pick up. So I'm not sure if it's going to be every month or every other month. Actually, let me know in the comments down below, which would you rather see? Would you rather see a low buy update every month or every other month? Let me know. I definitely purchased way more products in the first 3 months of my low buy than I had planned on. I was thinking that I was probably going to be picking up about 6 products, and I brought in 15 products. I'm not proud of that. I am not proud of that at all. I was honestly embarrassed to even film this, but I knew it was important to be honest with you guys and show you what I actually have been purchasing, because I feel like putting it out there on the internet, putting it out there on YouTube is actually going to keep me accountable. And I think, as embarrassing as this video is for me to post, it'll make me not want to do that in April, May, June, you know. I'm gonna be a lot more thoughtful with my purchases, because I put it out there on the internet that I purchased 15 products when I was planning on purchasing about 6. Actually, I lied. I wasn't planning on purchasing 6 because I knew I was also going to be placing that ColourPop order. So probably more realistically about 10 items. So I realistically purchased 5 more items than I was planning on purchasing. But still, that's way more than I was planning on purchasing. And I hate that. I did that to myself, because now I have all of these additional products that I'm going to have to try to get through. I also think I'm going to be trying a lot harder to not purchase so many eyeshadow palettes, because in the first 3 months of the year I've purchased 5 eyeshadow palettes, and it takes me a very long time to hit pan on a single shade in a single eyeshadow palette. So that's definitely something I'm going to try to limit the rest of the year, because that's not good. Especially because I have so many other palettes in my collection. Eyeshadow palettes is definitely something that I purchase way too much of. I always have. There would be months that I'd purchase like 4 eyeshadow palettes in a single month. So I think this low buy year is going to help me to limit that. I definitely want to not have it be a thing where every single month I purchase an eyeshadow palette. I definitely want to get several months where I don't purchase any. I really need to start like looking at the eyeshadow palettes that I'm wanting to purchase and being like, do you need it? Do you really not have those shades in other palettes? With a few of these palettes, I didn't have those shades, so I felt a little bit better about purchasing them, but like the ColourPop and Animal Crossing palettes definitely have those shades in other palettes. Definitely. Which is just the Animal Crossing name that got me with those. But yeah, now that I've blubbered on for like 20 minutes, I think that's basically it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to like this video if you have not already, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a few days with another video. Bye guys.